Hello, good morning, everyone who all are joining in and who may join later in the session today. So today, okay, before I introduce about the session, this is your host Himanshu Kaushik, and I hope that you all are doing good, sound, happy, and healthy at wherever you're taking this session from. So today we've gathered here to witness a special hands-on session of application using blockchain. And for the same, we have our experts here with us. We are joined by Mr. Rahul Batra, who is a subject matter expert in cloud and blockchain and has more than 7 years of experience as tech leader and has expertise in blockchain and Docker, proficiency in object-oriented languages like C. He has already worked with SQL, Python, and other technologies and has a strong hands-on experience in advanced Java through knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JS. And he's well equipped with delivering the seminars on various emerging technologies in many engineering domains. So, sir, I welcome you in the webinar.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That's nice.
Okay. With this, I want to introduce our second expert who we will be joined later maybe, Mr. Aman Bakshi, who is the growth initiative leader from IBM and has more than 12 years of development and training experience. And we will be joined I think, okay, so he will be joining maybe in next 10 or 12 minutes. And apart from all the experts that I've introduced, we are also joined by Dr. Robin Prakash Mathur, who is an associate professor here, and Ms. Khushbu Datwani. So before I request Rahul Batra sir to take on the session and give the screen, I just want all the participants to know that now you can post your queries, your questions in the Q&A box or the chat box. And at the end of the session, you can raise your hand as well so that we can allow you to talk to our expert directly and can resolve your queries. So with this, sir, Rahul sir, I request you to please take over the screen and looking forward for an amazing session.
Okay, thank you. So hi everyone, very good morning to all. Today we will going to discuss about the blockchain. We will see the overview of blockchain, like what actually is blockchain is, and we'll also see basically the types of blockchain and what are the applications based on the blockchain, how the industry are using this technology in the demand. And we will also see, we will also do in the end a program based on Python to create a blockchain, right? So before going to start with the basic definition of blockchain, we can begin with the history that how this blockchain comes in the market, how this technology comes in the trend. So basically, there were two researchers, American researcher, or you can say these are American computer scientists or cryptographer with the name Stuart Haber and W. Scott Donetta. They both, in the year 1991, they both published a research paper. The title of that research paper is How to Digitally Timestamp a Document. From that onwards, the blockchain comes in the market. However, you will aware that basically blockchain trend comes year 2007. Once there will be an inflation, or you can say there is a crisis in the US market, and all the IT sector was very down at that time. From that onwards, there is a concept of Bitcoin comes at that time. From that onwards, the blockchain will be getting the popularity. But the thing is, blockchain comes with in the year 1991 with the research paper of these two cryptographers, that is Stuart Haber and W. Scott Donetta. Basically, if you say the difference between Bitcoin and blockchain, Bitcoin is basically a protocol and blockchain is a technology. So Bitcoin works on that technology. Let's say one more example. Let's say I'm using an app that is worked on Python itself. So in that case, this app is a protocol and this Python is a technology at that time. So in the same way, Bitcoin and blockchain is two different things. You can say Bitcoin is a protocol and blockchain is a technology that Bitcoin works on that technology, right? So let's move to the technical definition of blockchain, like what actually is blockchain. If you see the technicality of definition, blockchain is distributed immutable ledger which is completely transparent. What does that mean? Let's understand with a simple example. All these terms, like what is ledger, like what is immutable, and how it is transparent. Let's take a very simple example. Let's say let's say example, let's say if you a person with the name ABC and they want to purchase any grocery item from the store XYZ. But the thing is, let's say that person don't have money at that time. In that case, they will borrow that grocery from that shopkeeper, and they will say that I will pay money later on. You will put that entry in their ledger book. So ledger book is just a physical register. So, but the thing is, let's say they just purchase a, you can say grocery of around 500 rupees. So the shopkeeper done is they just put the entry in that ledger book. But the thing is, let's say when they come back later on to pay that money, but that physical register can be tempered. Let's say at that time they will put an entry of 500 rupees, but after some time when they go back to pay that money, the entry will be changed that they will convert into 600. So in that case, there will be a dispute. So how to sort out that dispute? This is a traditional approach that was followed passed back. Maybe somehow some shopkeepers are also using that thing in today's as well. So how let's say if how you can change that thing? Let's say if this in the scenario of blockchain, ledger is just like a block. You can say block is a digital ledger. So you will put all your transaction entry in that block. Once you add any transaction, once you add any entry in that block, that entry is immutable. What is immutable? Immutable means once you add any entry, that entry cannot be tempered, cannot be hacked, or you can say cannot be changed by any means, any source. So blockchain is such a technology, or you can say such a tool that cannot be easily hackable, or it is once you add any entry in that block, it is immutable, it cannot be changed. So what we are trying to do is block is basically a ledger, and it is a digital ledger, and whatever entry you are putting in that block, it cannot be changed. So that is why it is called immutable ledger. I hope you will get to understand about the word immutable ledger, right? Secondly, we will also say it is distributed. Why it is distributed? Because let's say there is a basically example of blockchain network. Let's say there will be 5 particular nodes that are part of that. You can say that blockchain. So blockchain is basically a decentralized distributed network. Decentralized means you can say all the data are not stored in a single place. It will be stored in a multiple places. That is decentralized. Let's say there is a 5 network, 5 nodes. They are interconnected to each other. Let's say a person A give. You can say a person A do a transaction. So for that transaction itself, a block will be created. So once a block will be created, this is basically a blockchain network. In that case, this block will be distributed to all the participants that are present in the network itself. Let's say a person A have done a transaction, and for that transaction, a block will be created. So after some time, this block will be distributed to each of the nodes, or you can say each of the participants of the blockchain network. So that is why blockchain is distributed and immutable ledger, right? One more thing, I already entered transparent. Why it is transparent? Let's understand with one more example. Let's say there is a 4 person. They are doing. They are a part of a blockchain. Let's say with the name Alice. You can say Bob, Eve, and Jane. Now, see, there is a. They are part of a blockchain. In that case, let's suppose initially Alice has 100 rupees in their ledger. As I told you, once because of blockchain is a distributed ledger, so in that case, this 100 rupees entry will be shared with all the participants that are in the group itself, right? So everyone ledger will be updated by the Alice 100 rupees. Initially, we are seeing this thing, Alice is 100 rupees, and that ledger will be shared with all the participants in the group itself. What happened is, now let's say, now Alice give, let's say 50 rupees to Bob. In that case, a block will be created, and the entry of that block will be shared to every participant that will be the part of that network, right? Then after some, let's say there is one more transaction, then let's say Bob will give 30 rupees to that Eve. So in that case, one more block is created, and that entry will be distributed to every one ledger, right? So now last payment is there. Let's say again Alice want to pay 80 rupees to Jane. In that case, if you see the ledger of Alice, as she is already giving 50 rupees to Bob, and she has only 50 rupees left in their account. In that case, this transaction is not validated because she is trying to do the transaction of 80 rupees. That is invalid because she does not have sufficient money in their balance. So for that entry, the block will not be created. So we can say a blockchain is basically a distributed, immutable, and transparent. Why it is transparent? Because all the information are shared with every participant of that network. That is why it is a you can say distributed, transparent ledger, right? So how one more thing is there, how this you can say how this block is created, how this transaction is validated by seeing the ledger of everyone. Let's say with an example, just as I already told you, if LSs don't have sufficient amount in their ledger, in that case, what will happen is this transaction in the end will be invalidated, right? So this is basically a definition of a blockchain. Blockchain is distributed, immutable ledger, and is transparent, right? If you see one more technical definition, you can say a blockchain is essentially a digital ledger, and that is duplicated and distributed across. So this is all about the blockchain definition. Now, let's move about the industrial applications of blockchain, like how this blockchain network, how this blockchain technology is adopted by the industry. There is a multiple application in the recent times. If you see, if you Google it about the applications of blockchain, you will find a huge application based on the blockchain. We will not going to discuss all such applications once. We will see some few applications over here as we have only 1 hour time. So we can say blockchain can be used in product tracking, healthcare system, smart contracts, and you can say international wire transfer. How? Let's see with the example. First, understand what smart contract. What is smart contract? Smart contracts, you can say it is basically a self-executable contract that work on if-else condition. That works on any. You can say smart contract is a program that works on if-else condition like this. Okay. So let's say, let's understand the smart contract again with the example. Let's say there are two parties with the name A and B. So if you see the responsibility of party A is they want to deliver the item to the party B. So now the responsibility of party B is once the item is delivered to the party B, they will have to pay the amount to the party A. So this is a traditional approach. We are saying they are doing physically all such things. A is delivering the item to the party B, and in the same way, B is delivering their item. B is delivering the money to that A party. But the thing is, let's say once the delivery is done, and in that case, let's say we will not want to give money to that party A. So there will be a dispute in that case because a person A give amount. You can say a person A give product to the B, but B at that time refused to give money. Or you can say vice versa. Let's say B will give the money once we open that product. The product is, you can say, is discarded, or you can say it is not worthy. So in both the cases, there will be a dispute. So how to solve that dispute? You will go to the court, or you will hire a third party to solve your problem. But that is a you can say a traditional approach. This is you can say that is very hectic situation in that time. It is very difficult to sort out that situation. You will go to the court and all such things. So in order to overcome this situation, if you adopt this thing in the form of blockchain, how this smart contract works? We will let's say with the example, let's say we will create a simple program, and we will assume, let's say a party A wants to deliver any fruit item. So we will there is a device called IoT. We will put that IoT in that system, and we will say that party B will you can say take the product once the temperature is less than 30 degrees Celsius. So we create a program. Once the product will be tracking with the less than 30-degree temperature, they will you can say take that delivery. Once if it is not, they will return back that delivery. So what we are trying to do is we will create a program that will work on if-else condition, and we will put a program in that case. So once the delivery is done, then automatically from the amount from the ledger of party B, the amount is directly transferred to the party A. So there will be no dispute in that case. No one can you can say back out at that time. Ki I don't have money at that time. So the benefit of smart contract is this is a self-executable code. Once you will say you can deliver all your product, at that time they will automatically fetch the amount to that other person. So if you see the difference in traditional and you can say let's say one more example. As I told you, smart contract is self-executable code. Let's understand with one more example. Let's say smart contract is just like a vending machine. Like let's say if I want to purchase any soft drink, in that case, first I need to pay to the shopkeeper, then shopkeeper will give to that thing. So, but in case of vending machine, we just only put that money in that machine and the product will comes out. So by using the smart contract, it's just like a vending machine, because in that we are eliminating the third party itself. We are eliminating the shopkeeper from that, you can say, that chain. So smart contract eliminates the need of a third party, right? Secondly, you can also say that as there is no third party involved, so the fees of that third party is also eliminated. We are not giving any amount to that third party, right? So basically, smart contract is self-executable code that you can say execute once the condition is satisfied. That works on if else condition, right? So look at the if you look at the traditional and the smart contract approach, you can say smart contract is very you can say very fast as compared to that traditional contract. Secondly, it is more secure because no one can bounce back after the smart contract deal will be done, because the amount will be automatically you can say back out from that account to that other party. Thirdly, we can also say there is no third party involved in smart contract, that is none. And while in case of traditional contract, there will be a third party involved. So they will take money as well. So basically, this is the difference in traditional and smart contract. So if we adopt this smart contract that will works on blockchain, so we can eliminate very all such problems by using this technology, right? Next, one more thing is there. If you want to create that smart contract, we have different platform for that, like Ethereum, Rootstack, Ripple, and Hyperledger. Hyperledger is basically an IBM product. With the help of this Hyperledger, you will create a smart contract. You will also create this smart contract with the help of Ethereum, Rootstack, Ripple. These are all other platform for creating the smart contract. I will not discuss deep in this session because it will take a lot of time. So I will just for an overview, there is all platforms. With that, these platforms, we will create a smart contract, right? Hyperledger is basically owned by IBM. With the help of this Hyperledger, we can also create a smart contract, right? So as I already told you, the benefits of smart contract, if we are switching to that smart contract that works on blockchain, we will get the speed, efficiency, we'll also get savings, we'll also get security as well. So these are the benefits if we adopt our traditional approach to that modern approach, right? One more application, I have also mentioned one more application, international money transfer. Let's just say with an example, let's say if you want to send money from India to US, you want to send money to any person, your relative to different country. In that case, if you see the traditional banking system, in that case, what you have to do is you will go to your bank. So what bank will do is bank will send money not directly to that account. In that case, there will be different banks involved. Once they will verify your payment, then only your money will be transferred to that receiver bank. But the thing is, this if you see this system, this will take a lot of time because lots of banks are involved in this system, right? Secondly, this is as lots of banks are involved, they will also take huge fees from your side. So you can say it will take this will be the disadvantage of this traditional approach, as because it will take a lot of time and also it will also take up fees as well. Let's say you will also so this is basically a disadvantage of using this system, right? So if we adopt this in the form of blockchain, if you see that Bitcoin, if you want to send money to that any person in different country, you will directly send the money with the help of this Bitcoin without any third party involvement, and that will take very less fee. So we can say with the help of this technology, there is one more example, like in US itself, there is a bank called JP Morgan that already worked on this concept, right? There is very, let's say, a huge application like you can use in logistics as well. You can use, yes. Now the thing is how basically the blockchain works. To understand that, to understand this thing, you will need to understand about the hashing algorithm, like what actually the blockchain works. Hashing algorithm is just like, let's say, about the block, how block will look like. In your blockchain, a block is like, you can say, there is different entries like block number is there, data, previous, hash, and hash. So if you see a block is look like such, as I show you in the slide. There is a block number. Once the block is created, there is a block number in each the block. Data is there. Data is just like an entry. That is transaction. That is already. Let's say if I send 100 rupees to other person, so that transaction is a data. And next is hash. Hash is main thing in blockchain. Hash is just like a unique identity. Let's say every person have their unique identity. If we are using our fingerprint, that fingerprint is like our unique identity, right? So in the same way, block will be, you can say, block will be identified with the help of hash. So hash is like a unique identity of that block, right? So if you see the whole blockchain, how this hash will be generated, and this hash will be in encrypted form. Encrypted means that it will be in the form of encryption, that is will be secure code, right? So how this hash will be generated for the blockchain? So what we have to do is or in order to generate that block, what we have to do is you will add all the data to that algorithm, that is secure hashing algorithm, that is 256. Once you pass all the data to that algorithm, they will generate a 64-bit code for you. That is 64 hexadecimal code, and each character of that you can say code will be a 4-bit. That is why it is called 256-bit. So SHA 256 means secure hashing algorithm. And why it is 256? Because once you pass your data to that algorithm, you will generate a 64 hexadecimal character, and each character count 4-bit. That is why it is 256-bit. Right? Is that clear? So what we are trying to do is we'll pass all the data to that hashing algorithm. Once you will pass all the data to this hashing algorithm, you will get the hash. You can say you will get the encrypted code for that block. Let's say with one more example, we'll try this example of that. Just a second. Let's say we will try this thing in our system. This is a website called SHA 256 online. Let's say if I pass any data to that website, let's say I will pass let's say any name, Rajat. In that case, once you pass any name, that is your data. For data, once you pass your data to this secure hashing algorithm, you will get a 64-bit code. This is 64 characters, right? So with the help of this hashing algorithm, you will get the encrypted code. So once you will change any, once you will add any more character, you will get, let's say I write any more character in that data. You will see your whole, you can say whole code will be changed. So this way we can generate our code, right? Now go back to the slide. So through this way, we will pass all the data in the field, and once we will pass all the data, you will generate a hash, right? So in our blockchain, as I already told you, there are different number of blocks in our blockchain. So let's say, with example, your blockchain will look like this. For the first block, we'll call it as Genesis block, because for the first block, previous hash will always be 0, multiple zeros. Now, what is previous hash? Let's say block number 2. If you see block number 2 hash will be connected to that previous hash. Let's say the hash of first block is 4 times 0 D8C42. If you see the previous hash of block number 2, it will be same as the hash of block number 1. So through this way, you can say your previous hash of the second one. The hash of the second one will be the previous hash of the third one. Is that clear? So in our blockchain, all the blocks are interconnected with these hash. And for the first block, the previous hash will always be multiple times of 0, right? That is why it is called Genesis block. Now, see the main requirements of hashing algorithm, how this works. Basically, this hash algorithm is one way. Let's say one way means once you pass the data, you will get the encrypted code. But from that encrypted code, you will not get back the data. That means, let's say, if I want to try, if I want to, let's say, enter in that case, I will get this code. And if I want to get this data with the help of this code, I will not this thing. I will type this thing. Let's say I will copy this thing and put it over here. So in that case, you will get a different code. So that is why it is one way. That means once you pass the data, you will only get the encrypted code. From that encrypted code, you will not get to the data. So that is why blockchain is more secure because of this hashing algorithm, right? Second is deterministic. Deterministic means once you pass any entry, let's say I pass ABC in my hashing algorithm. So every time you will get the same 64 character code. Let's say I write RAM, and you will see the code is BF4 like this. Let's say I've changed this thing, and I write now. I will write let's say SHAN. In that case, your code will be changed. But I will write RAM. So you will get the same code. So that is deterministic. Once you add any data, if it is a similar data, you will always get a similar code. That is why it is deterministic. And yes, it is fast because if we take a lot of time, that then it will not be adopted. So by using these three things, we can say that hashing algorithm withstand collision. That means it cannot be easily hackable, right? And the last one is avalanche effect. Avalanche effect is what avalanche effect means. Avalanche effect is basically means, let's say if I write this is my name, right? So you will see a code will be generated. If I change a single field in my data, let's say if I remove Y from my data, you will see that code, the whole code will be changed. Let's say if I remove Y, in that case, your whole 64 character code will be changed. So you can say avalanche effect means a minute change in your data will you can say move to the drastic change in your code. Let's say with more example, if I write Fox in my input, so you will get 64 character code. In the same way, if I write one more thing, the red fox jumps over the blue dog, you will also get 64 character code. But now see, if now the third one, if I have passed the red fox jumps over, we can let's say I write first is OVER. Now I change any single word. Let's say I write OUER. In that case, you will see the whole code will be changed. The whole 64 character will be changed. So that is why we can say a minute change in our data will lead to the drastic change in our output. You can say drastic change in our hash code, right? So that is why the avalanche effect means a small change will lead to the large impact on your output, right? Yes. One more example. Let's move forward. Now the next is why it is immutable ledger. Let's understand this with a very interesting example. Let's say there is a person with any name. Let's say they want to purchase a house. So in that case, what they try to do is they need to have money in that account. Once they have money, they will send that money, and you can say they will deal with the third party. Once they deal with the party, and that house should be registered in any institute and any body. Let's say there is a different authorities, they need to register that house, you can say house contract to that authority. But if you see in our Indian system, if you see that the system, that you can say that contract will be stored in that body. That is, they can use a physical register, or you can say physical ledger. Or now you can say our government is like more advanced, then they can use a centralized database. But if you see in both the cases, they both can be easily hackable. Let's say physical register, as I already told you, can easily manipulate any entry in that physical register, right? Secondly, centralized database. Because all the data is only in the central body, it is only a single place. Centralized means all the data will be in a single place. So in that case, let's say if the server is down, or you can say it can also be hackable. Centralized database can be hackable. So in both the cases, let's say if you have any house and you have you can say register your house in any institute, in any body, but these body using this traditional approach, they are saving their data into the physical register, or they are using a centralized database. So in both the cases, you will see that can be hackable, right? But while if they adopt the blockchain system, now see how the blockchain system works. Let's say this is a blockchain network, right? There will be different blocks A, B, C, D, E, and F. There are different number of blocks. Let's say my transaction entry will be registered in block number C, right? So my house entry will be registered in block number C. Let's say if any hacker comes and try to manipulate my you can say house entry. Let's say my house is of 100 square feet. Let's say somebody tried to manipulate and write it 98, right? So what happen is, as I already told you, once any hacker try to manipulate any entry, as I already told, once any single data will be changed, now due to the avalanche effect, all the hashes or previous hashes will be changed. So further blocks, hashes, and previous hashes will be corrupted. If you see, let's say if I change any data, in that data, what happen is, if somebody try to manipulate my data, so what happen is, due to the avalanche effect, as I already told, avalanche effect, once any entry will be changed, there will be a drastic change in previous hash and hashes in the further block. So if anyone try to hack the blockchain, so the you can say further block will be corrupted. But as I already told, blockchain is basically a distributed ledger. So this same chain will be having these with having different persons. Let's say B, C, E, and F. All are having the same blockchain. So what? Let's say a person try to hack a chain of a person, right? So in that case, once other node will see your blockchain will be different, please change your blockchain. It will be say majority wins. So if you see B, C, and E and F are having the same blockchain, A is having different because A is hacked. So in that case, this can be traceable, or you can say B, C, E, and F will give notification to that A that your blockchain will be hacked. You can read back to the chain. So they will take the data from B, or you can say they will take the data from E and F node, and they will get back to the original chain, right? Is that clear? So let's understand with one more demo. There is a very interesting website, blockchain.org. If you see, this is basically a website. In that you find a different blocks. Yeah, this is basically a website. Once I click on that blocks, yeah, you will see a demo of a blockchain, that's a Bitcoin based blockchain. That's how it works. These are the numbers like 91, 92, 90. These are the block number. As I already told you, in a blockchain, there will be a different block number. For now, the latest block that will be is this number. So if I open any let's say this block number 92. So the block number 92 hash will be the previous hash of the 93 block, right? Let's say if I open to this 92 number block. Yeah, you will see the detail of that. I will not describe all the detail because I have only a 1 hour time. So in that case, you will see the hash of that data. This data is encrypted. No one can see all the entry. Only the registered person will see the detailed entry, while the other will see a encrypted code. You will see you can say 64 character encrypted code. And it is also having a previous hash of that 91 block. So 91 block is having the previous hash in 92 block. In the same way, 92 block hash will be registered in the previous hash of 93 block. So this is all about the you can say how blockchain is basically work. This is basically a website. Get back to the presentation itself. Yes, one more thing. It is a distributed P2P blockchain because all the members are interconnected to each other. That is why it is a distributed blockchain, right? Now comes to the next point, types of blockchain. Basically, blockchain is 4 types, like public, private, consortium, or hybrid. Now, what's the difference in all 4 things? Let's understand this one by one. You can say a public blockchain is open for all. Let's say Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a very good example of public blockchain. If you want to, you can say take part in that chain. You can easily you can invest amount and take part of that chain. So basically, Bitcoin is a public blockchain. Anyone or any person who want to be a member of that chain, they can invest money and be a part of that chain. So that is why public blockchain is called permissionless. No one permission is required to enter in the public blockchain, right? Second is private blockchain. Private is permission because let's say with example, there is an organization, let's say any company. they are using their own blockchain. In that, only the company members are, you can say, deal with that thing. So in that case, no one can easily enter in that blockchain. That is called private blockchain. So private blockchain is owned by the single organization, and that single organization will decide who will going to enter in my blockchain. That is why it is called permission blockchain. I hope it is clear. Next is a consortium blockchain. Consortium blockchain, you can say, let's say, with example, like there will be different colleges. Let's say these different colleges or university club to make a single blockchain, that is called a consortium. So different organization will join hand to hand to make a consortium. So consortium is not wholesale lead by a single organization. It will be the club of different organizations. And it is also a permission because only the joint organization will have decide who will going to participate in my blockchain, right? And last is hybrid. Hybrid is very interesting because so hybrid is like you can say it can have the advantage of public as well and private as well. Let's say, for example, different banks interconnected with each other and they are taking information from or they are showing information to the customers. So they are adopting the advantage of public and they are hiding their transactions, or you can say they are hiding their secure information. So they are taking the advantage of permission. So hybrid is you can say a combination of both public and private, and they are taking the advantage of both these things, right? This is one more diagram. So from this, you will easily understand, like public is only, you can say anyone can participate in this thing, right? I will skip this thing. Now, go back to the next thing. As I already told that how the blockchain look like, but if you see also like how the whole structure of block look like, it is not only these 4 entries. This is only for your demo purpose. Like how the blockchain, how the structure of block will look like. In that, there will be different entities as well, like block number is there, nonce is there. I will not going to discuss all such in 1 hour. So this will be the, like say, proper structure of block, how the block will look like. It will also have a timestamp, hash, previous hash, all such things are there in a block, right? There is one more very good website. I will show that how blockchain works. Let's say the website is demo blockchain. If you want, I will share this website link in the chat as well. Yeah. Just give me a second. So yes, this is basically a website created just for the understanding of a person, like how the blockchain works. Let's say this is a network of a blockchain. There is a multiple number of blocks, and let's say if I add one entry in that block, let's say I write I paid 100 to someone, right? So in that case, for the first block, previous hash, as I already told, will be 0 for the first block, right? So once I enter any detail, these all three details go to the, let's say, these all three details go to the secure hashing algorithm, and that hashing algorithm will generate a 64 character code. This is a 64 character code, right? So if you see this code, this will be same as the previous hash of the second. So the hash of the first block will be same as the previous hash of the second, right? So let's say for the this is the first transaction. I write first transaction, right? Let's say I do second transaction, and let's say I do second transaction. If you but one thing is you will aware of that thing. For the first block, previous hash will always be 0, and that is multiple zeros, right? And the hash of the first one will always be the previous of the second. Now see, if I do second transaction, I write second transaction, right? And let's say I paid 200 this time. So now see, hash by passing all these details to the secure hashing algorithm, your new hash will be generated, and this hash will be the previous hash of the third one, right? So in the same way this blockchain works, these all blocks are interconnected and secured. Only the responsible or only the authorized person will see the detail of the transaction, while other will see the encrypted code. Let's say this is third transaction. Once the transaction is done at say, let's say it is of 500 amount. In that case, you will get new hash. You will pass all the data to the secure hashing algorithm. A hash will be generated, and this hash will be the previous hash of the fourth block, right? So through this way, we can say blockchain basically works, and that is why you can say it is more secure. It is more, you can say it cannot be easily hackable, because all the blocks are interconnected. Not only interconnected, these all the blocks are not in single centralized unit. It is distributed to all the networks. So let's say if hacker try to hack a particular system of blockchain, in that case, they will not able to hack simultaneously all the members blockchain. They will only hack the person A blockchain. In that case, the different members will give notification to that A that your blockchain is hacked. So they will move back to that blockchain, right? So this is all like how blockchain works. And one more thing, in the end, we will see like a very interesting program, like how this blockchain network will be made with the help of Python programming, right? So let's back to the program. As I have very sufficient time, I already coded this program for you. This is basically a Python-based program. If you are having a basic knowledge of Python, you will easily understand this thing. Basically, what I'm trying to do to create a blockchain is like I'm using this #lib library. This is a library. Library is basically a piece of a code that is already created by some programmers, and that code will be used in different programs, right? If you want to search more about #lib is just a library that will give you a you can say secure code. If you see the Python documentation, so #lib library basically gives you a secure hashable code, right? So first I will use this library. I'm using this library to get this hash code, right? Now I will use a keyword def that it is a I will create a function. Function is just you can say it is a user-defined function. I'm using it for my benefit, right? So I'm using this function, and I will pass my data to that function, so that that data will be encrypted in the form of hash by using this #lib library. So let's say if somebody enter, my name is Rajan. So in that case, what will happen is this hashing algorithm will give you a 64 character encrypted code. So this #lib will give you a 64 character code, right? So this is this will you will get this from #lib library, right? Now, what I'm trying to use is using a class. I'm created a block class. How this class work? Let's say in a blockchain there will be three fields: data, previous hash, and hash. I want to add all these fields with the help of the class. Like let's say I want to enter data, hash, and previous hash. So this class will do is class is basically like, let's say you can say a car. Car is an object, and let's say if I am having a different color car. So in that case, I will need to manipulate this in the form of class. So in the same way for a block itself, because I have different number of blocks and these blocks are having different attribute and properties. So in that case, I will create a class, and that class will help you to assign that entry in that block. Let's say in my first block, there will be 4 entries: block number, data, previous hash, and hash. So what the program says, I just create a class. In that there is a data, hash, and previous hash. Now I have created only the first block. That means I have created only this one. I need to add other block as well. For appending this one, I have created one more class, and that class says the previous hash of that second block will be the same as hash of the first one. So I write this for the second block. So in the same way, I am adding different number of blocks so that you will get a blockchain, right? So for a demo purpose, I am adding only 3 blocks. If I want, I will add a multiple number of blocks. For demo purpose, I have added only 3 blocks, right? And in the end, what I'm trying to do is I will fetch the result of that program in the form of dictionary. That means it is a data type. If you are aware of the basics of Python, you will know a data type is there. It is dictionaries of data type. Once I run that program, you will see the output. Let's just copy that thing because it is not here. Let me just yeah, give me a second, please. Yeah, if you see over here itself, this is the hash of the first block. If you see this, this is the hash of first block, and this hash will be similar to the previous hash of the second one. And that means the hash of first block is same as the previous hash of the second block. In the same way, if you see the hash of the next block, this hash will be similar to the hash of the third block. So through this way, our blockchain is interconnected, right? Let's see one more demo. Let's say I will run this in CMD as well. Just a second. Yeah. If you see over here, yeah. So you will get such kind of output once you run that program, and that output shows hash of the first block. Let's say this is the hash of the first block, and this hash will be similar to the previous hash of the second block, right? In the same way, the hash of the next block will be similar to the previous hash of the third block. So through this way, we can say the blockchain is interconnected and distributed, right? You can also do this program in JavaScript or C++. That depends on you, like how you want to run that program. And this is only in, if you want to do in JavaScript, you can have already created for you as well. Let's say run this program as well. This will give you also a same output, like the hash of the first one will be similar to the previous hash of the second. So through this way, we will create a hash chain program, and this program is basically created by using this import hashlib library. This is very interesting library because this will give you like how you can generate a 64 character code, right? By passing this any data to this you can say library, you will get a 64 character code, and once you will get this code, you will encrypt your data. So through this way, we will first create a class. After that class, we will add one different number of blocks, and through this we will create our block, right? In the end, I will also show some more techniques. Like there is one more thing is there. It is just for demo purpose. In a basically in blockchain, not only three fields are there. There is multiple fields like transaction, height, timestamp. I will not discuss all such in a in single time as well. So you can say blockchain for a simple demo purpose. This will be the three main entries like previous hash, data, and block, right? So yes, this is all about like how the blockchain. Yeah, one more thing is also left. Yeah, Hyperledger. Hyperledger is also, you can say, it is a private permission blockchain. As I already told you, like the difference between the public and private blockchain. Hyperledger is a private blockchain, and why this business organization adopt this Hyperledger? Because you can say in public blockchain, the issue is like let's say if it is a public blockchain, there is a 5 node. In that thing, the issue is like, let's say different number of people are added to that blockchain. So at what happens is after some time, this network will be slow. So you can say it is slow. This thing will be slow, right? Secondly, the thing is, it is also, you can say our data is not secured. And for the business point of view, let's say there is any organization and they want their data to be more secure. So they will not adopt this public blockchain. They will create, they will adopt the private blockchain. So the benefit of private blockchain, their data is more securable as compared to the public blockchain, right? And last, one more thing is, it is more, it is not scalable. Scalable means like in public blockchain, there is different number of peoples and they will manipulate that thing. But in private blockchain, because it is only for the organization, so they will have the right to give a permission according to their need. So you can say these are the challenges that the public blockchain are faced. That is why the organization will adopt to the private thing. So private blockchain is basically, you can say, more securable as compared to the public blockchain. And private blockchain is, as I say, is permission blockchain. You will give entry to any person if you want to participate in that chain. So that is why the public blockchain comes in the trend, or it is a very good example like Hyperledger, and different organizations are using this. You can say this private blockchain because it is more secure. So yes, that's it, guys. And one more thing is as well. There is one more thing like. With the help of this blockchain, there is different decentralized apps. Like if you're using Google, by using this blockchain-based platform, there is an app called e-research. This is a blockchain-based, and it is a decentralized app. In the same way, the substitute of YouTube is DTube. This is also a decentralized app. You will search through the Google as well, like how this works. So yes, that's it for my side. If you have any query, you can ask me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we do have a lot of queries, but before that, I would want to, give my thanks to you and all the experts here for joining in, sir, and for giving in this insightful presentation. Okay, so we'll take up the queries. So before I take up the queries, I want all the participants to know if you have any other query, you can write in the Q&A box so that we don't miss them. And so this first query is from Mohak Grover. So it says, sir, is there any method to crack SHA?
No, SHA is basically, the name suggests, secure hashing algorithm. That means it is secure. No one can hack this thing. That is why this blockchain adopt this this thing, because it is not easily crackable. That is why you can say it is more securable. The name already suggests it is secure hashing algorithm. It is not crackable for now. In future it can be, but for now it is not crackable.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So we have another question from Samir Khan. It says that it will be a disadvantage of blockchain if data that is entered and cannot be changed later. Is that so?
The thing is, yeah, it can be a disadvantage, but the thing is, as you know, you are participating in this network. So once you are participating in this network, you will be for sure that once you enter any data, it cannot be changed. So yes, it can be a disadvantage, but a person who want to join the blockchain is already aware of this thing. So they will try to add the entry on the first time that is correct. So that is why we can say this is a disadvantage, right?
Okay, thank you. And Samir, I hope that you have got the resolution of the query. So we have another question from an anonymous attendee. It says, so do space also has hash code?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you please pardon?
Yeah. So do space also has hash code?
Yes. I will share this hashing algorithm if you want in the chat box as well. You will try it. Yeah, I will share this these links. This is very useful for you guys. Let's just a second. I will share all these links. With these links, you will easily try yourself, like how these things work. Let me share this thing in the chat box.
And meanwhile, I want all the participants, if you have any other question, please write in the Q&A box. Sir is sending you a link so that you can try from your end and get your query resolved by yourself. Meanwhile, sir, we have another question from Agnik.
Yeah. Okay.
So it says, okay. And participants, I see no questions now.
Is my message passed to you?
Sir, not yet.
Just a second, I'm facing an issue in that.
No issues, sir. We can have this question. You can send me later and we'll give them.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we have got a question from Harsh Chauhan. What is difference between blockchain and database?
Database and blockchain is two different things. Blockchain is, as I already told you, a distributed immutable ledger, and database is a place where all the data is stored. And that database can be a centralized database or it can be a decentralized database. Centralized means all the data is stored in a single unit, while in decentralized database, there will be multiple units. So blockchain is a ledger that is immutable, and database is a place, or you can say a storage place. That's the difference, right?
Thank you, sir. And we have last question from Agnik, sir. It says, how the owners of blocks be able to crack blocks sent to their organization from other sources?
As I already told you, this technology is not easily crackable. As you know that Bitcoin, it is now in demand. So for now, it is not crackable. And yes, if we talk about the private blockchain, because the organization is having the right to do that participant entry, that can be crackable, but the public blockchain cannot be cracked for now.
For now. Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay, we have another question from Samir. It says, suppose I have thousands of blocks and I change the data of the first block. Do I need to change all the hashes and reassign them again, each by each block?
Yes, listen, in that case, as I already told you, the blockchain is a distributed ledger. Let's say if you change the first block of any person blockchain, but as you say, there is a different members in the blockchain. If I already told you in that case, so the different person will, you can say, give notification to that person that your blockchain will be hacked. So so other block will give the information and say advantage of that blockchain because it is distributed to different networks.
Okay. Sir, we have an extended question from Agnik. It says, how will a transaction occur if the block cannot be decoded?
Yes, all transaction occur. See, as there is a different participant in the blockchain and the authority will be given to only that person that are responsible for that transaction. So the responsible person will see the data while the other will see the encrypted code. So you can say the transaction will be done by the authorized person. Let's say if I want to do the transaction. So in that case, I will see that data while other will see encrypted code. So in this way, those who are doing the transaction, for that, they can see that data while other will see the encrypted code.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. And I think we're done with the queries. And with this, I would want to take permission from all the experts. Khushbu ma'am, Aman sir, if you don't want to add any, Robin sir, if you don't want to add anything to the webinar. And Agnik also says understood. So I think we're done with the queries. Khushbu ma'am, Aman sir, Robin sir, do you want to add anything to the webinar? Okay, I believe. Yeah.
Hi, Manshi. Very good afternoon. Hello, Dr. Robin. Very good afternoon. Hi, Rahul. Hi, Ms. Kushbu.
Hello.
Sorry, I joined late just because of one meeting was piled up. So nothing to add here, but yes, as we are in an era where the technologies are playing a vital role in our life, I would like to congratulate, first of all, for all the students, participants over here. Right now, many of the industries, they are also taking care of the revolution that is 5.0, where after 3-4 years, the health will be more over robotics. Okay, that is why the MNCs there are in the demand of skilled manpower, and that is why the team of IBM is here to provide you skills over the emerging technologies and how you can build your career in these fields, like artificial intelligence, like cloud computing, like cybersecurity, and many more. So that is why we are conducting kind of seminars and webinars like this. Today, you might have got the opportunity to get the things over the cloud as well as on blockchain. Yes, we have covered too many queries from the students because they are right now into what is all about cybersecurity and what is all about blockchain. So why we need it? In the terms of banking sector, it is very required because when we are doing any transactions, so too many hashes, too many public keys are occupied by the banking sector. So they are to reduce these attacks by the hackers. So that is why we are providing such kind of services to the students so that they will get to know what is the demand of the market and what is right now going on in the market. Because emerging technologies are one of the major boom which everybody need to know. It's not about you have done C, C++, Java, Python, but what is else, right? What is data science? What is artificial intelligence? Because these are the topics right now, very hot topic in the market. And with the help of cybersecurity, you can easily, reduce the hacking system, reduce the hackers to hack your accounts, data, and because of the blockchain, we are doing such things. So let me share my screen. I'll take you 5 minutes about the collaboration with the IBM and LPU. Of course, after doing the program, the students will be getting the degree. But by that degree, students will get the reputation, of course, but it will be like 60%, 70% knowledge. Yes, 60, 70%. Exposure, career enhancement, communication sector. Yes, educated citizen to be called, marriage proposals to be there after the degree. But if we talk about the salary, it will be like the similar salary, which the people are getting right now, that is 30 to 40,000 rupees a month. But that is the catch, because too many MNCs, they have just demolished their training material, training models from their industry. That is the reason the salary is not getting high to the market. Just because of that, we, the team IBM, where we were making a bridge between the academia and the industry to give skilled manpower to the industry so that they can easily make a business from the single day onwards. Because these days, they are not happy with the freshers, the MNCs, to be very honest. They want one skilled manpower to fulfill the need of the client within hours, not in days. Okay. So that is the reason that we have seen the pain of the market, and that is why we came in front in 2008. So this is our 15th year in education sector, IBM. And if you don't know about IBM, then let me tell you what is IBM is all about. It's an international business machine firm originated in 1911. So this is like a 110-year plus company in the IT sector. This is also called as tech giant in IT sector, holding 800 offices in different countries, near about 170 countries, 5 lakh employees work on roll and off roll on contractual basis as well. Plus, the headquarters in New York. If we talk about what we do, we don't only manufacture but also market computer hardware, software, and midware, and including that what we have invented, that is the typewriters. We might have seen at the time of your grandparents. So typewriters, ATM machines, the black magnetic bar stick on your debit and credit card, that is also invented by IBM. Plus the scientific computer, the human computer, supercomputer, which is called Watson these days, that is also done by IBM, created by IBM, invented by IBM. Not only that, if you go outside for any of the shopping in the market or in the mall, while purchasing any product, you might have seen the barcodes, which is being scanned by that shopkeeper or even the executive of the mall. So that is also invented by IBM. We do have our presence with the help of NASA by providing our softwares for the shuttles, missiles, and rockets. Not only that, IRCTC, they are using our softwares for their day-to-day transaction for the railway tickets. Plus, Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force, they are using IBM softwares to run their weapons, to make their weapons. So we are everywhere. We are into industry, we are into banking sector, we are into automation sector as well. So we are just providing the softwares to the MNCs so that they can bring the business out of it. So you can see a few names over your screen: the TCS, Capgemini, Cognizant, Tata Mahindra, Ford, HCL, Wipro, and many more are there who are taking care of IBM softwares and asking the skilled manpower, to be very honest, to bring the business from a single day. Second, when we talk about these MNCs, these are the service providers, and IBM is the product provider. We provide the softwares to run these technologies. The Watson, as I have told you, the supercomputer by IBM in 2011 launched with the help of one Jeopardy quiz, where it earned near about $1 million by beating 2 IP holders. So these are a few of the courses which we have implemented in the education sector of LPU, the data science and artificial intelligence, plus IoT and cloud computing and network engineer. Not only that, we do have some courses like cybersecurity and network engineering, full stack development, and cloud developer, where you will be getting each and every stuff from the single day plus from the beginning itself. Then let's talk about some of the benefits for the students. First of all, you will be getting the digital badges and the certification. This will be globally valid. As I have told you, we do have presence over 177 countries and more than that. So everywhere, if you want to explore your expertise, you can go, you can get a job. Global certifications, that is a part of this academic curriculum. You will be getting the globally valid certifications from IBM. Third thing, that will be assistance from IBM expert. IBM experts will be there for the semester long. So they will teach you, they will provide you the services over the IBM softwares and the tools. Not only that, they will also give you a chance to work on all the open softwares. Plus, the IBM tools will be there. You'll be getting the knowledge of about 70 to 80 softwares to work on. Not only that, particular technology will be given for you so that you can enhance your skills and without any drop. Plus, we do have the dedicated labs available where the only IBM students can enter and access their IDs for the academic initiative order from IBM. The placement support will be there for LPU students, for the IBM students, so that they can get a good slab in the market. These kind of certificates will be given to the students, where you can also see the QR code, and at the end of this certificate, one link is available. So anybody in the world, I'm repeating the same, anybody in the world who wants to verify your certificate within a single click, he or she can do that. A kind of certificates with the help of different domains, you're getting the IBM name is there, the logo is there, of course, the QR code for the authentication, for the verification. And we do have one more thing, that is called this digital badge. So this digital badge, you can also place it over your LinkedIn profile. Anybody searching for the domains like data science or data methodology, they can easily grab you from there. And you can also place these digital badges at your Google signatures, so that wherever you want to mail anyone, the manager or the person can easily check your USBs. 1 second. Yeah, so these are the new age jobs for the technical background students. So before, Corona, it was said that the operators are quite good job, the technical support is quite good job. But these days, data scientist, AI expert, blockchain expert, not only that, data analyst is one of the main role in the market right now. So these are few of the opportunities available in the market, because you are passing out after 3 to 4 years, not right now. So you will be getting a very good slab if you will do such things prior entering the MNC. Okay. So this was the non-technical background, which is not a part of your PC right now. So at the end, thanking note. If you have any query, you can raise up in the chat window.
I think so. Thank you so much. And I think so. Okay. So attendees, if you have any query, you can just write in the chat box or maybe in the Q&A box. Okay, I think so. We do not have any more queries now. And with this, I think I would want to take permission to wrap this webinar. Shall I, sir? Ma'am, Rahul, sir, Robin, sir?
From my side, we are good.
Okay.
Same from my side.
Okay. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am, to all the experts for joining in, giving in your time. At the end, I would also want to say thanks to all the participants as well for coming in and giving in your questions. I mean, having a little interaction with our experts here. So with this, I take your leave and meet you soon in the next webinar. Thank you so much for joining in.